And today is the St. Albans Girls Basketball Summer Shootout Coaches Show. And, guys, last time we met, we were in the Civic Center doing the Coaches Show, a couple months back. And here we are again. Yep. It's almost another school year and getting things rolling here today. And, Elias, you got the shootout. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll start down here. We got Jamie LeMasters, head basketball coach at George Washington, and then his new assistant, John Frisbee, and then St. Albans head coach here is Elias Gregory. We'll go back down here to Coach Jamie. Jamie, how you been doing, and how's the summer rolling along so far?
Well, been doing fine. Like you said, last time we talked was up in the Civic Center. Since then, we got back to work here, I guess, in early June. We're in week 3, our final week of what we're going to do this summer. We played over at, it's called the Root Center over in Gallipolis. I think Rio hosted a shootout over there, and then we came home and played at University of Charleston, played at Nitro. We'll finish this Friday at West Virginia State with a couple practices each week. So we're healthy, just moving right along.
Well, speaking of health, the last time that you guys were on the basketball court, you weren't so healthy in the Civic Center there, so everybody's got those bruises and bumps and ankles all back together then?
That's the thing. Everybody's back healthy, nothing currently, but, that's the thing when you get in the summertime like this, you can't put your kids in bubble wrap. You have to bring them out and play them, but at the same time, every time a kid maybe goes down, you take a deep breath, and every time the particular event's over, you just take a deep breath and you're thankful that you come out healthy, most importantly.
Yeah. John, now you moved over from Riverside to G-Dub. So what's your experience like so far? Is it much different, same?
Absolutely enjoying the ride. It's a pleasure and honor to coach with him. The girls that we have give amazing effort, and it's just been a fun opportunity for me to get to be around the coaches, be around Brian and Alex and Josh, as well as Jamie, and to start to get to know the girls and the girls get to know me.
Yeah, and you will be coaching, the JV team, or you be up on the bench with Jamie there for the varsity games?
I'm going to do whatever he wants me to do.
Whatever he wants you to do.
All of it.
All of it. There you go. And then, Coach Elias, how's your summer been going so far? And
it's been good. We've played at the Root Center. We've played at UC. We've played a couple times over here. Going to finish up at State this weekend, hopefully. But it's been really good. I've been kind of pleasantly surprised with, obviously we returned almost everybody on the team. We only lost one senior last year. So I've been kind of pleasantly surprised with the way I knew we would be better and I knew we would get better. I'm kind of surprised at how quickly we're advancing. I mean, obviously it's not like we're great or some finished product or, who really cares about summer games now, but it's a lot different than it was last summer when I had nobody returning and we were getting beat by 40, 50, and Bowman remembers we was getting beat by 40, 50, and 60 everywhere we went. So at least we're not having any of those this summer. So compared to that, I'd say it's going pretty well.
Question for all of you, because you were a head coach too. How does the summer, when you're competing with other vacations, other sports, how is it that you can get all your group together or the core group together, or do you have to arrange it around other coaches? How does that work?
Well, what I do is I come in with the expectations I'm never going to play with the same team each week. And you can pretty much count on that because the team I have week 1 will not be the team I have week 2 or week 3. We treat it as a situation where, heaven forbid, but, I was without 3 senior starters last week at Nitro, and I said we're going to treat this like 3 rolled ankles. And we're not going to play the game. Mm-hmm. You just have to go next player up, and I think that's how you treat it from a mindset perception.
Yeah, is that the way you guys did it at Riverside too, I guess?
Same. You don't really know what you're going to have from day to day, week to week, depending on what you're going to do. But unfortunately, you've got to play. You can't set it out because if you do, you put yourself so far behind.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing for me, we don't have Trinity today, stuff like that. So you get to see a lot of, what I like about it is because it's kind of low stress and low pressure, you get to see if another kid can step up if Trinity has, God forbid, has another injury like she did last year or something like that. You get a chance to see a lot of kids in different situations and different roles than you see them in during the year. And sometimes, your perception of a kid can go up based on what you see them doing that. It gives them an opportunity to play against competition that's not just what you see them against in flex practice every day. So, I mean, you have a different team every day. I obviously haven't had the same team at any point yet, but like everybody else, you just kind of roll it out there and see what it is. But that's what I'm saying. You can't take the wins and losses. That doesn't matter because – go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that's a good point because the last thing on our list is in importance is winning.
Yeah.
During the summer.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking, you're wanting to see your returning players come back, how what type of growth they're going to display. Also, you have, incoming freshmen, and in today's world, there's transfers. So you want to take that time to kind of as an acclimation period, get coaches used to players used to coaches, expectations, different drills you run, philosophies. And we try to be as relaxed as we can, during this time because we're not going to win or lose a game in June here in the regular season. But you want your kids, and I think the number one thing that you try to do, and the longer I'm around and the older I get, I'm understanding the importance of relationships with kids.
Exactly.
You have to develop them. So I think this is a great time to do that along with working and having some competition.
Now, once you're in it, you're trying to win. When you're in it,
oh yeah.
But like win or loss, after it, it's who cares?
Yeah.
You could go in the theoretical, like if Jamie beats me by 70 or if I lose to him by 1 or whatever, I don't care. As I care then. When I cut his tires in the parking lot, I'll care.
We're still going to talk after the game.
But after that, I don't care too much because it's more about do you compete. You're trying to win the games when you're in them, but wins and losses you can't get too high about in the summer.
Correct.
Newcomers. I noticed you were talking before we went on the air about some maybe having a JV team this year. Last year you had quite a few newcomers. We got any newcomers this year that's going to possibly take notice somewhere along the line? I mean, 2 years ago you had two of the best. But
yeah. We graduated one senior this year. Excuse me. 4-year senior had started for us. So we return everybody else, plus you bring in the John Adams 8th graders rising, as freshmen, and then you pick up some transfers along the way. So that's what's increased our numbers, and people may or may not believe me when I say this, but this is true. One of my most important things was to get a JV program back because I was losing like the midway kid, the kids that want to come in, and I couldn't blame some of these kids I have now. If we wouldn't have had one this year, if they'd have said, Coach, I think we're going to go do X, Y, Z. I mean, they come out and put all this work in, and then they don't get
no playing
to play.
time.
Yeah, so that was a big thing for us, and I believe we're going to be able to do it. So it's going to be nice to have that part of the program back.
I mean, I think we obviously were a little low on the numbers last year with as many kids as we graduated the year before, but the Hayes. I think we've done. My big thing when I got here was to build relationships at Hayes. And work on building relationships with those kids and those parents. And so we've got a really good class that's come up this year that have 5 kids in it. So our numbers are going to get back more to the 17, 18 number where I'd like them to be. You remember sometimes when we were last year we were playing varsity starters in JV games just to be able to get 2 quarters in JV games just to be able to get through JV games because of injuries and stuff. So I think we're going to be a lot better off in that place. And I've actually been, like I said, I try never to get too high on a freshman because what you all have been in it. And if you want to go ahead and play the game where you take a drink when I mention the MSAC, here's the chance, right? This is a different deal when you play in this league, especially as a freshman. The speed is faster, the physicality is higher, and so you never want to get too high on them because you played Kanawha County Middle School, but this is a different deal. But I've been really impressed with the way some of mine have kind of answered the bell on some of that stuff this summer. So I think we've got a really good class, and we're just going to keep getting good classes from Hayes, and I'm looking forward to and excited with that. Bergie's doing a good job with them down there and everything. So that's the difference, like we had talked about before. And I think we talked about it on the show with John about the thing with McKinley, having McKinley and Hayes, was that I got kids who knew different stuff, knew different terminology, practiced different, did everything different. Now all my freshmen this year all come from the same place, and they're all the same, and they all speak the same way, and they all played for the same coach last year, and it's not, well, my coach did this, and my coach did this, and now we're filling in with what you're doing. I've seen that to double back on what we had talked about when we talked about that a couple shows ago. I think it has been nice to have the one one feeder with the young kids I've had coming up. So.
Good
You
deal.
know, and that's a good point, Elias, you bring up, because I think that can go either way. Like you said, if you have, multiple feeder schools, you get multiple opinions, multiple philosophies. Now, where you may get hurt maybe just a little bit in numbers, for example, you may only have 2 incoming 8th graders that year, whatever it may be.
Right.
But to your point, they all speak the same language, and it's much easier for you to go down and build that bridge, one bridge, instead of building 3 bridges.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah.
I mean,
100%. And like I said, it was just that was kind of a weird thing for me coming from Nitro Boys to over here, where we only had the one feeder school at Nitro, that everybody basically spoke the same language. Then you come over here, and it was the McKinley kids do something one way, and the Hayes kids call something else. And it would take you, 2 or 3 months to get them all folded into what you're doing, because you're having to explain it 2 different ways to 2 different groups of kids. And I think maybe that has something to do with why maybe these freshmen seem not taking a shot at either of the previous programs, but it's just it's much easier to get them acclimated when everybody kind of knows and understands the same thing.
And that's where you talked about earlier, too, that the summertime is for, trying to build those relationships. So you're building, 2 schools that rivaled each other to come in and, be one.
Right.
But now they are one, and, I don't know what kind of problems, if they even had any problems their first year of consolidation. But we hope they
I didn't hear of any, but they looked okay to me, so I don't know. They were up when John was up there on the river. They probably were way wilder than we are about the rivalry up there. I figured he had a lot more incoming beefs than what we probably had.
We had quite a few up there, didn't you? At Riverside.
I mean, the DuPont side and the East Bank side. I mean, they didn't always coexist well together. Both great programs, great schools. It's just they didn't necessarily want to come together like they were forced to.
well, you know them better than me, but I think there's still some of that to this day.
There is. I mean, and that's true. But now that East Bank is gone, and Riverside will just have the one feeder truly from Carlisle, because they get kids from Valley as well. But now it'll make it a little easier just to have those kids transitioning in from DuPont proper. But the few that they get from Valley, most of the coaches on the Riverside staff are Valley people, so they know the kids coming in from that direction anyway. So it'll be a good mix now.
Yeah, well, that'd be good. I can't wait to see it take place down there, because you started building a pretty good program down there. I mean, I remember 2 or 3 years ago that they weren't very competitive, and last year we saw the competitive. You went up there and got into a dog fight.
And he whooped me.
That was overtime.
I went up there and he whooped me in overtime. And I heard about it through the locker room door.
Well, that was the deciding factor when I asked him to come down. I said, if you can beat Elias, man, you can come with me and coach.
That's it. That was in the contract.
No chance if I'd have just won that overtime game, he'd still be over there probably, I guess.
That's it.
But, it is what it is.
You got that X and O's. Well, Elias, let's talk about what's going on down here. This shootout. Maybe tell everybody how these things come about.
Well, I had they had the red and black shootout when I got here, and that's what we had kind of been a part of the first 2 years. And then that thing has morphed and changed and kind of rolled over hands and turned into a different deal than what it was. So I thought to myself, let me just see what I can get together. I mean, we had 4 middle schools earlier. We've got the 8 high schools. Obviously, Jamie wouldn't come and play in it, but that's, how he is. So
I think my invite's still in the mail or something.
I might not have texted. I don't know. I'm bad about not texting people sometimes. But anyway, so put it together to see what it looked like, see if it was something we were able to do. But, I wanted to kind of have a boys part of it too, but wasn't able to get that off the ground in time. So hopefully as we keep going, I know Scott James used to have the infamous, summer thing over here. Now they had a much better courtesy room and all that other stuff than I've got right now. But I'm working on it. I might call Scott and see if I can get him to come in and help me on it. But it's been a good deal. I think it's ran pretty well today. Learning some things about running stuff like this and things like that. But I think it's been successful, and hopefully, maybe Jamie will accept an invite next year, and we can grow it a little bigger.
Put me down.
Go ahead and mark him in in the top game of the day. What? How many teams, varsity teams, did you have?
We had 8. We ended up getting 8 in it. Yeah, we had. And it's a decent cross section. It's Logan, Sissonville, Tug Valley, who's
who
probably win single A. We've got Bo down there, in his flip-flops, and Lonnie down there in his arthritic shoes and all that stuff. So we're, we got
his tie on? I didn't know.
No, he doesn't wear a tie to stuff like this. No, he only wears the tie to regular season games. So I was trying to get, and I tried to get Murray down here today. But, even though he's not the Parkersburg coach anymore, he's going to be on the show, but he has to do baseball. So, we're working on it. We're getting it figured out there.
Now Josh's got some scores for us there. I don't know if you can go over some of those earlier today.
Well, let's go over it, and you talk about it if you remember watching it. The Hayes Catholic game, 42-17 last. How do you think that went?
I like the Hayes kids, obviously. I think we're getting good. We're getting good kids from Hayes, but Catholic's young, and Hewitt's daughter's a good player. Andy Jones' daughter's a good player. I think Catholic was missing a bunch of kids, though.
All right, next up, I have St. Albans Huntington, 27-19. What do you think?
That's why I don't play Lonnie twice during the regular season. I mean,
he can't score.
That's all I'll tell you. I played him twice the first year I was here, and we won both of them. But you want to talk about coming out beaten, battered, and bruised. And I think I've said this before to you. Lonnie, the minute he asked me, would I play him twice the next year, I said no, because that's the team. I guarantee you every time you come out with there are going to be bruises. You're going to be beat to death. And it's not that they're doing anything dirty. They just play hard, and they play that thing that Lonnie does. And so
4 years of watching it, just seeing the Huntington game 2 times a year or 2 times a season.
Regardless of the score, do you all not get in a –
I was going to say, to your point, last year we go down to Huntington and we beat them at Huntington. The second game at GW is the conference game, and Addie Gum has to hit a driving layup with 10 seconds left to beat them.
It's crazy, man. He's really I don't like playing him. I mean, and then guess what? They play that hard in summer. The same way they play that hard. So he's got Bo down here in a dogfight right now.
25, what is it,
26, 25? Yeah.
Looks like at the 4 o'clock game you had Tug Valley and Spring Valley. If I'm reading this right, 79-37?
No, it was way closer than that.
29-37 maybe?
10-point game or 11-point game.
I am reading Chris Paul's writing, so.
He doesn't know. Who knows? It's no time.
29-37 maybe?
Yeah, maybe. That's a good
right.
game. I don't know.
Sounds
Did you watch that game?
That
what did you think
sounds
of that
about
game?
right, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was I think Tug Valley's good. Seth can coach his tail off. I've seen that from watching him up at the state tournament. I actually finally got to meet him today. We're scrimmaging them for a scrimmage of the year, so that'll be a good one for us when we go. So,
and potentially we'll be live.
Because
the plan.
Because JB wouldn't scrimmage me either.
Let me know what the date is so I can come back to the show, because I'll completely clear the schedule and come back there.
We're going to have you on the commentary with Mark.
Love it. See,
there you go. That would invite for that too.
That would be perfect.
All right. The last game you just played, Tug Valley St. Albans, 31-27. Again, you said.
Yeah, they're good. They're good, man. Like, they play hard. They're good, I don't know what's been going on in the other gym. I have no idea. I haven't seen much of it.
I have a little bit of that as well.
Okay.
If you want to talk more about Tug Valley,
all I can say about them is they're good. They got a kid that's going to be probably one of the best freshmen in the state this year in the Miley Colgrove.
We know if I'm in your spot too, Elias, I think a plus of that is, again, you're without Trina today, so you've got young kids in a tight ball game against a quality opponent trying to figure out how to win a game.
Yeah.
I think you can take a lot of plus away from that.
Yeah, you're right, and that's the good thing about that is you're playing without Trinity, so it's not just we're trying to figure out. Benion's trying to figure out her spot, especially when Trin might be in or out of a game. And the kids are trying to figure out how to revolve around that a little bit. And I think we were just dead dog on defense. And if we're going to break it down, we were terrible on defense in the first half, and the effort got much better in the second half. And the only thing I told him is that this was, again, I make the point that this team would have beat us by 50 last summer. It's good that we're in the game, and it's good that we got to play against a good team and be in the game. But, we're not so good that we can't guard for 16 minutes. We're not so good, just because you beat somebody that you think is good 2 weeks ago doesn't mean we're good enough to we have to get better at doing the little things. And it has to be not me reminding you to do the little things. We just got to get better at that. But, that's what summer and fall and all that stuff is for.
Over in the other gym, looks like Lincoln 38, Sissonville 24. That was the first game that they played out.
Frisbee, what's your thoughts?
On which one?
On that one, just there. That's Sissonville.
Lincoln, Sissonville.
You don't know much about
County.
Lincoln. Is it Lincoln County?
Yeah,
Lincoln County.
We played Lincoln County the first 2 years, much like Huntington. Very tough game. They played very hard. Sissonville, they've lost a couple girls. I don't know what they have this year, but typically another tenacious team that plays very tough.
When I was over there, I just kind of caught the end of, just watching the Lincoln-Logan game. And Lincoln looked small. They looked like they weren't very big.
I don't remember them being very big last year. I thought they weren't.
No.
They had the one girl that was very, very good.
Now, you're in your section, correct? Lincoln is in
Yeah,
your
Lincoln
section.
County's in our section.
Our region,
so,
I guess.
in our region or whatever it is now. Yeah, right.
The next game up was the 4 o'clock game, Hoover and Sissonville. Hoover beat Sissonville 37-32.
I don't know, other than not knowing who Hoover had today. Listen, you know the Hoover. Do you know the Hoover coach is helping do football over here? He's the football assistant coach. Did you know that?
I did not.
He's going to be the defensive coordinator.
He's going to be the defensive
Is he the
coordinator.
first year? He's the first year.
He's not the head coach.
But is he a first year coach at
Yeah.
Herbert Hoover
Yeah.
basketball?
I don't think he's actually the coach yet. He was an assistant coach
Okay.
for Herbert Hoover girls last year, and I
gotcha.
think he's been there both years
Yeah.
that he was there with. So he's a nice guy.
I did see our new coach, Dan Brown. He was walking around earlier, so obviously he was probably catching his game.
Yeah, okay.
Seeing how good of a
That's cool.
coach he was, right?
You got to do something.
You gotta
for
check
sure.
him out.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Logan, Lincoln County, 45-22.
Who, Logan?
Logan.
And you said you got them next?
I'm playing Spring Valley next.
Oh, Spring Valley.
White was a dog. I'm gonna just when I was
Jersey
over there,
is.
she was
So on the old travel team that I had, Dooley that plays for him, and I had the Cold Grove girl that plays at Tug Valley, and Michaela that plays for me. Jersey was on that team too, and she was a good player then. No, don't get me wrong, but you want to talk about a kid that Joe and Bridget, the mom and dad who own the Lord's Geno's down in Logan, that they always
Graziano.
make sure they bring me something from. And you want to talk about the greatest Giovanni's?
Logan?
Giovanni's.
Giovanni's. Oh, my
Oh, I've
God.
eaten there.
You ever go down there?
West Logan.
Have you ever been?
No, but I like Gino's
I mean,
wings.
Giovanni's down there,
Giovanni's.
tears in your eyes. Greatest one you'll ever see. Go in there, ask for Bridget, be the best thing you ever had. in
Well, let's
your life.
find an excuse to go scout somebody and we'll just run down there and stop during the season.
Hey, we've been known to do that for food, all right?
But yeah, for sure.
That's not that far out of Logan.
But Jersey, no, it's like it's right there near the school. It's right
Oh,
there
they
near the
moved
school.
it? They used to be
I
over
don't
in
know.
West
It's right
Logan.
there near the school, I think. I can't remember. I always ride with Josh or somebody to games. I don't remember. They run me over there. But anyway, their daughter Jersey, who he's talking about,
Phenomenal.
was a really good player when she was younger, and she played with all those kids. It's crazy to see how many of those kids have turned into what they've turned into now from when we were going down and running around with them when they were 3rd and 4th grade. I know they lost a point guard this year. Lord, she's going to be a machine. I think that kid's going to be a real problem in AA.
They ended up pulling her in with I think about 2 minutes left, and she was just drenched, and she'd worked her butt off.
And again, mom and dad are wonderful, and she's as good a kid as I've. Still very nice and polite every time I see her.
Looks like Joe might be on the coaching staff for the spring or for
Joe's
summer.
like the weightlifting coach, I think, or so.
I
He's the one
saw-
working her out like that. He's the one that's got her all yoked like she is.
He was on the bench. He came over and talked to me because we used to work together. So good
There you
family.
Did you guys catch the All-Star game last week here at South Charleston? I don't know if anybody went over there. I watched a little bit. There was video production they had on there. I don't know.
No, I was at the North-South Parade, and then I think they were over it. I went over to Nitro to watch Princeton.
Yeah.
I did get a request by some of the coaches. I know some people were involved here. Music during like the hot shot and 3-point contest would be phenomenal because it was kind of dead.
During what?
Like during the
This was
skills
North-South?
competition.
North-South?
Yeah, North-South. During the skills
Well,
competition,
Jamie
it was
knows enough people up
horrible.
there. He could.
Well, see, I wasn't there. I believe
Right.
I think we were over
The
at
coaches.
Nitro.
I mean, they did coach it for
Right.
Go ahead.
I have coached it.
John gets all the All-Star games.
So
John,
just-
the All-Star coach. This is the All-Star.
And is it the only one that I won? Were you with me? Was that? No, I'll tell you who it was. It was Coach Kennedy up at Ripley. That's who it was.
It wasn't during the game though. Like during the skills part, it
Like
was
we
just
do with Night of
it was
Champions.
quiet. It
Did
was
they
like
play
dead.
music during skills at Night of Champions?
No, that's
Not
something
this
we
year.
should
We
do.
didn't either.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Because it keeps the hype up. At
Yeah.
least it keeps your momentum,
Sure.
especially when you're shooting at 3. Because to keep it going around. So
If
that's
it's
just
good
my
enough for
opinion.
Mr. Hamrick, it's good enough for me.
Hey.
So if Mr. Hamrick decides that's what he wants to
If we
do,
got to make it happen, we'll make it happen. We got the
You are
guy.
Team Hamrick. You
I'm
can
trying
make
to
that
get
happen.
I'm trying to get Hamrick elected
See if I can
governor
get him on
next
the
time.
phone here. Oh, that's you have
I'm
you
sure
have
he
shirts.
does.
Now, you
Jamie's probably got him.
you
on
have
the phone right
T-shirts
now.
though. I don't have T-shirts.
We don't have any shirts.
I don't
you
have
got
any
the
shirts.
I'm trying to get him elected governor. Him and Arbogast. I'm trying to get him elected next time.
There you
Need
go.
them two on here, right? We can just
Absolutely.
deal with it then.
Just make me cabinet director of the cabinets. I don't know.
Oh,
Whatever.
listen. When Hamrick gets up there transfer, you're definitely getting a position,
like
Jamie.
it.
There's no
Okay,
doubt.
good.
I have
like
zero
it.
doubt you're getting a position.
I like it.
There you go. Well, I was going to say one player that I was impressed with, and I have never seen her play at the high school or in any high school games, was Keener from Grafton. I thought that girl was really impressive. I don't know if any of you guys have seen her
Well, we
play,
scrimmaged her at
Yeah,
Riverside the last 3 years, and we've got to see her all 3 of those years grow, and she's pretty exceptional.
I mean, that girl plays hard. I mean, she's just
She's the coach's daughter, right?
Yes.
Is she the coach's daughter? Okay.
Yes.
And but I thought some of the other girls, there was some I thought maybe, well, Nunu was in the game, but Nunu I think only put in 7 points.
Was she the post player?
Yes.
The
Yes.
tall, kind of
Tall.
longer.
Yeah.
I saw them play up at Fairmont last year in that opening tournament, the Friendly City Mixer, I think is what they call it. I got to see her a little bit there, and I thought she moved really well.
Yeah, I thought she had real good footwork. I thought she was probably the best player on the court.
She's
there the
she's
other
going.
night.
She's so long,
Where's she
too.
going?
Yeah.
She's going to like a Wesleyan or something like that. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And I think that kid could play. Like we played him in a summer shootout that first year I was here, and then obviously I saw him up at the tournament, and she was one of the best players I saw in the tournament that year. And I think they missed it this year, but I remember scouting Lewis County, and they were playing Grafton. Coach Keener sent me the film. They were playing Lewis County, and Lewis County ran a triangle and 2 where the 2 were guarding Keener. And I've never seen a triangle and 2 where 2 were guarding one person. And she still, I think, had 25 and 12 or something like that with a person fronting her, a person behind her, following her all over the place, and she's still getting anything she
When
wanted.
I was the head coach at Horseman many junior high, many years ago, I did that one time. It was against Alexis Hornbuckle when she played at Dunbar.
What'd she
You still
do to
couldn't
you?
stop her.
They still won by 5. we were in the triangle, and I had 2 on her and just let one kid run free. A true story. I mean, she's coming down the floor, and I got one front and one behind, escorting her down the floor.
That's funny.
I'm sure she was a monster in middle school. There's probably nothing you could do with her in middle school.
Yeah. So, anyway, I saw this earlier right before we went on. Kathy Hess Kraus, I think you say her name, member of Congress, posted the transfer rule just to get everybody, I guess, up to date on the new rule. And the one thing that I didn't realize, that it says the biggest date to remember is September 1st. Any 9th and 10th graders wishing to use that one-time transfer option and maintain immediate athletic eligibility must do it before September 1st. Now, I thought you had to do before, like in the past, before September 1st, because school starts in August.
Yeah, I'm not sure about, like, there's so many ins and outs to it. I found out today, and I don't want to misspeak, but I believe that June, what was the date? It was 11th. Now I believe that's the board of directors, someone at the SSAC, one of the boards, voted to extend it to June 30th. So now we've got this gap in between. But if you're one of these in-between kids, you have to fill out not an appeal, but
It's like a waiver.
It's a waiver. It's a
Yes,
waiver, and then all those will get looked at next month. So now we've got another gap going on right now.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
just
first I've
found that
heard
out today.
That's the first I've heard that. I know, well, you're talking about that. The rule was previously you could do it anytime. You could play, that was part of the thing, that people would play football at one school, would transfer, and then play basketball at another school. So the September 1st date, they used to not cut you, under the old one, they didn't cut you off at any certain date. You could do whenever you wanted as long as you just used it one time. So.
Okay, I didn't know you could do that to play sports. I knew a lot of them played sport and then transferred back to their home school.
You could do it and play. I remember a couple kids doing it, like baseball, like basketball to softball or football to baseball or something like that. I remember kids. There was a kid in like AA who I think won the AA football title, and then won the AA baseball title somewhere completely different. I can't remember where it was, but that was 2 years ago. I remember that happening. So. You could transfer
That
anytime.
pendulum swings so hard too. I'll leave names out of, from a respect standpoint. When I was coaching at George Washington football, this is a true story. We had 2 players that played at George Washington High School in the regular season, and I coached against them on an opposing team in the same season at another school. They had transferred during the season, and so we had them during the regular season and coached against them in the playoffs.
Do you want to name any names, John? No, you're good. Okay.
That don't happen over there in Fayette County.
Or the edge of Kanawha County either.
I don't know. I think that long as we know what we're doing. But if, like, I thought it was good. Now we finally knew what the rule was on as of the 11th. But if you're saying now we've got some kind of extension thing, that's
I wish I would have brought it with me. I was up with my principal today. I stopped into school for practice, and he had a flyer that explained it. But the way I understand, I think it has now been extended to June 30th, I believe. But like you said, the word is waiver. You can fill out a waiver. Those go up to Parkersburg, and those will be. There's a meeting next month where they're going to look at those all. And I don't know what the criteria is, what you would say or how you say it, what you do. Maybe with everybody vacations, I can think of two things. People aren't in town and they can claim that they missed the deadline.
Yeah, right.
The second thing would be right now I don't think counselors are in school to enroll kids, so they don't come back until maybe early July or late June, early July. So I don't know exactly what the reasoning would be, but there's something that's changed with this gap in time now.
So if you participate, like you guys are doing your summer workouts, summer shootouts, are you still eligible to transfer, or are you stuck?
The way I
because you
understand
participate?
it, well, I guess it depends on the age you are. But I think if you're a ninth grader, I think if you're going into ninth or going into 10th, I think you can go till September 1st,
And if you
theoretically, right?
Yeah. Right, and if you haven't transferred, correct?
If you haven't transferred, yes, if you haven't already transferred.
See, it's two different stories with 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th now, completely different.
Now, continue with that story. It said that if you are in 11th grade, you can go back to your home school. So I don't know how many of those kids will do that. I guess those ones that transferred in the last two seasons.
And I think they've got the option to do that till September 1st, right? That those kids, I think that September 1st applies to those kids too. So I'm going to go down there at 15.
Word from the floor, 41-37 Spring Valley on that last game.
41-37. I'm telling you.
Game over?
They'll drag you out in the deep. I'll walk down there in a minute. They can warm up without me. It's not like they listen to me anyway. What would I go down there and say? Play help defense, move your feet,
Finish
rotate.
your statement. He'll drag you out. Where were you going with that one?
That Bo will drag you out the deep end.
I've heard
game.
it,
Bro, he's like Jaws. I'm telling you, playing Huntington is like Jaws, where it gets a hold of you and it just tries to spin until it drowns you. That's what it is. That's why I won't play him twice. I'm telling you.
Bo or?
Oh, sorry, Lonnie. Did I say Bo? I meant Lonnie.
He accused Bo.
Yeah, he accused Bo.
Listen, Bo, I've got nothing for Bo. Listen,
He just hasn't beaten
I'm
him
gonna go
yet.
down
Wait till he beats him.
Wait till I beat Bo one time. When I beat Bo one time, it's going to be you're not going to be able to contain me over there. Everything I've been accused of doing in the past, I'm actually going to do when I beat him. I'm just letting you know. It might be 10 years from now, but I'm doing it. If I have to go beat him in a foot race, down there to Tulsa High School from his house, that's what I'll do.
You might be able to get him today. He's in flip-flops.
There
He's
you
always
go.
in flip-flops.
Yeah, but he's well versed in flip flops. I'm sure that man can do a lot of things in flip flops.
There you go.
I think he was in Greece the whole time in flip-flops.
He
didn't put on
was.
shoes and was up there looking at the.
Probably straight from football practice in flip-flops to here, right?
I can't imagine him in football. I bet he's hilarious in football. I need to go to a
Well,
spring game.
he's only missing one thing in football. He always has the Gatorade towel around his neck.
Does
You
he
might
really?
remember that, Dave. He always has a Gatorade towel. But I don't care if it's early December or late November. He's got on the flip flops, the shorts, like usually a pullover, a visor, neck Gatorade towel around his neck.
Is Spring Valley playing St. Albans in football this year?
Should.
I wonder. Hopefully they do on a day that Nitro doesn't have a game, so I can come over here and see. I want to see that in person. I want to come over and see that in person. I think. Does he go on the sideline or sit in the booth?
He's right beside Brad on the
No,
sideline.
is he?
Sideline.
Okay. Yeah, I bet he looks good over
If
there.
we do play him, it should be at our place because we've been there like the past
I think the year before we
too
were
many
up here.
years.
Well, let's talk about schedule. Jamie, you got any new teams on your schedule?
Listen,
I know
while
you
you're doing
always,
that, I'm heading off. I'll
Okay. All right.
holler at y'all, okay?
you always
Listen, everybody. The
play those
DWI
nice
is always
tournaments.
taking everything, so he's taking my show.
he's taking my show.
Thank you, brother. Well, we the last 2 years we've been to Myrtle Beach. Went maybe 0-3 the first time, went 3-0 the second time. So we're going to make a return back to Charleston, South Carolina. So those opponents are TBA. I have played there before, so we'll be back there.
You always play good Kentucky teams too.
Yeah, we Rowan County. We picked up Rowan County. I believe that's at Boyd County this year. And then let me think here. Martinsburg will play at West Virginia State, and it used to be the UTZ, and then it was something else, but it's the one that's late in the
Snyder's
season.
Berlin.
Snyder, yeah. We're playing Martinsburg there, and it escapes me right now, but there is a team that I'm going to play the second game of the season out of Kentucky. I just scheduled it yesterday. And I think I remember, but I don't. I don't want to misspeak. But so yeah, and we're still 3 games short. So I've got to find 3 more games between now and then. But that's sometimes that's normal. So
New classification, is it harder to schedule now, or is it just harder
Well,
to schedule because people don't want to get?
I don't mind playing anybody. But the problem too is if you can look at it this way, that if you're a 4A, you have more to lose maybe than to gain. Of course, now from that, I'm talking just from a win-loss perspective. But competition-wise, I just played James and Rowe the other day over at Nitro. Those guys are going to be really good again. I think they've got a great shot to win it again. So I don't mind playing out of classification, but I think some people view it as, that the bigger classification has more to lose than they do to gain, and the smaller has everything to gain. If you beat a single or a double, with all due respect, you win. People say, well, you should. And then if they beat you, oh wow, what an upset, So, but me, I've come to the point. This is like year 33. I'll just play, and whatever the win-loss record is, that's fine at the end of the day. Let's get battle-tested going into postseason play.
Now with MSAC bringing on new teams, how's that going to work out? You're going to play everybody once?
I think this year it's going to be just like it was before. You play everybody one time, and maybe where you had them for the most part. This isn't locked in, but I played down at Huntington last year. Huntington will come to my place. I think the following year we're actually going to go 2 divisions. Is that correct, John? We're going to go 2 divisions. We're going to have 2 separate almost knotted champions, 2 separate all-conference teams, 2 separate everything, is my understanding. But this year coming will be business as usual, what you're used to seeing.
Well, next year we add, Nitro, I can't remember who all's coming in.
Yeah, see, this last year we added Parkersburg South.
And Beckley.
Woodrow's making a return. And originally South was in the MSAC years ago.
Yes.
So Woodrow, those 2 teams are coming back. And then whenever you, quote-unquote, absorb what is left of the Cardinal Conference, now you've got so many teams and kind of a, enrollment difference and different things. I think you have to look at having two different divisions almost. So I know maybe from a football perspective you can speak, but it was I think some people didn't care for having 2 all-conference football teams. I think they felt like it was watered down, with all due respect. That's just people's opinions, that just in conversation. I don't know how that'll be in basketball again. I think it's kind of a wait-and-see thing. So
yeah,
we'll just see how it goes, I guess.
Now you were 4A at Riverside, so you're all familiar with the 4A schools and stuff around the state. But as far as how many you got, 19? It's not even 19, is there?
We're under 20, aren't we?
Is there 20?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's 19 or 20 now, because it was a 10-10 split in basketball.
And the majority of them are going to come from the MSAC.
Well,
then.
I mean, maybe if you did or didn't know, next year 3A they're going to 2 different. They're just going to North and South in postseason for
same as the quad did.
Same as the quad did. So you're going to have a North bracket and a South bracket in 3A basketball. And Elias is making his way back. I think he's getting ready to play, but. Maybe
up here.
Maybe on an upcoming show he could talk more about that.
Yeah, we definitely like to. We got another round table coach here.
Welcome to the hottest show on the internet, babe.
Tug Valley High School, and you can introduce yourself there because I'm not real familiar with you.
I'm Seth Uten, coach Tug Valley girls basketball.
Well, I tell you what, coach there loved you. Man, he talked you up and talked about how good your program was and how great your freshman's going to be.
Well, I appreciate that. He hasn't seen me much then. Speaking on our team, we've got a tough team. They play tough. Got some new faces. I feel like this season, we have a chance to run it back, go have some success. Just kind of, working out all the little bugs right now in the summer. But, impressed with how we played today for sure.
Yeah. And Jamie, you ever been down to Was it Naugatuck?
Naugatuck, yeah.
I have not. I've played in the southern part. I was over with G. I went over and played at Riverview and down in that area, but I haven't had a chance to be down in your area just
How about
yet.
you, John?
Many times. I coached at Valley Fayette.
Oh,
so
yeah, because that's
coached football and girls basketball there, so we were down to Naugatuck a lot. But, we had the pleasure of having a couple of his players from last year's team on the Scott Brown team that we coached.
We coached the Scott Brown All-Star game together, and we had two of your – there was two seniors from
Two
Tug,
seniors from
yeah,
Tug.
two from Tug last year.
In girls?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Bailey Hall, Haven Deskins?
Yep, that's it. Yep.
Very, very, very good kids.
Yes.
Good players.
Yeah, easy to coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, now I moved here in the 90s, and I lived in Chapmanville. And
I won't hold that against you.
oh, yeah. Well,
I used to compete whenever I played basketball at Tuck Valley.
well, that's what I was going to say. The very first year that I was there, I coached a they do it a little differently than they do around here, their leagues and stuff with their all-stars. But we went down there, and I had a pretty good little team, I thought. I mean, we could score.
Yep.
We couldn't score. I mean, they just put a thump down on us, and I was like, holy cow. And the place was packed. This gym wasn't very big, and it was just packed. And it was like 400 degrees in there.
Yeah, I think sometimes we shut it off just to get a little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
Or maybe somebody don't pay the power bill, one or the other.
to get it all down there. So, but yeah, it was definitely a different experience going down there. And then plus, in the 90s, it wasn't easy to get to. Traveling through the little roads, and
The back roads.
Yeah,
past a lot of coal mines going down through there. So, how long you been there?
my whole life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was born and raised about a mile from the school. Played all three sports there. Graduated in 02. Went off to Marshall, came back. Was a part of the team that Clyde Farley had. We won it in 21. Actually, one of my assistants, Michaela May, was our power forward on that team. And then this is my fourth year. Feels like, I just took it the other day. Got runner-up 2 years ago. Lost to St. Mary's in a last-second shot. Brindley Bullock, she's a great player. And then, trying to get back. I feel like there's a couple new teams out there that maybe have not been there that, got a chance this year. One of them's in our region. Look for Work County to kind of make a jump in single A. I think they had maybe one senior, so they'll be good for sure. Ritchie County, St. Mary's, of course. Be interesting to see who kind of rises to the top.
Yeah, I've known Dave for a long time at Ritchie. He was a tournament team last
Excellent
year.
coach.
Yes. Yeah. I think they made the semifinals.
They did.
Lost to Gilmer.
Yeah.
Got a great guard, Elsa Law. Watched a ton of film on her. She's kind of everything you'd want in a point guard. Shoot, spread it out. He does a great job with them too.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I know. When I first moved here, that was just a basketball dynasty down there with Williamson and Birch, and Tulsa was even pretty good. And across the border there was some good teams there. So I mean, it was just I bet you.
Would Harts Creek be in that mix? Is that
Yeah, Harts Creek.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was looking. I seen Brett Nelson whenever I walked in. It was interesting. He got it in '99, and then Greg Davis got it in 2000 Player of the Year. And just looking at the score and the history here. That kind of speaks.
I remember the Davis kid, left-hander, ended up at University of Charleston.
Yep.
That guy would let it go two steps inside half court, and it had a chance.
Yeah, I was a sophomore when he graduated and was, tasked to try to guard him, one of the guards that was trying to guard him. So, we definitely got better trying to play that. I mean, he was triple threat. You couldn't do anything with him, kill you outside. You try to press him up top. I mean, he'd go right by you. He could elevate. He could dunk at 5'7". So
quick release.
Quick
on
release.
The ball. I remember that.
He was just, tirelessly. That was kind of where. And Tug Valley. That was before Tug Valley was making runs at the state tournament all the time. I think in '97 we made it up, won a game. I don't know. You probably don't remember these guys, but Jason Ward, Roger Davis, like that. That was the guys that I remember. That I was a fan of those guys. Then we won it in '99. Tulsa won it in '98. Tug Valley won it in '99, beat a Bluefield team that was unreal. And then, we've kind of 2001 runner-up, 2002 was my senior year. We were undefeated. We had one loss in the season. Went up as a 1. Unfortunately, got beat out first round by an 8-seed Polka team that was,
Pretty good.
pretty good. And, you try to go out there, and that's what I've said before, coaching, playing, it's almost like you try harder and you're almost in quicksand. And, that's hard to stomach, knowing that you was a 1 seed going up there and losing to 8. But, that's a fantastic ball club. They were, I think they kind of peaked late. I think might have won football that year too. So a lot of those guys that was playing basketball was coming out. We had played them at the Civic Center in, I think, a Hoops Classic tournament.
Yeah, I think they had, 2, 3 D1 players on that team.
Yeah, very good.
Was that the year of Frampton, or was that before Frampton?
That was before Frampton.
Before Frampton. Yeah, that was before that. But
I can't remember those guys on the team. I mean, it's they're now I feel like guys, you see them, you watch highlights of them all the time.
A little bit more exposure, you can see them more often.
A lot more exposure.
Yeah. So what's the population down there at your school then? I know you're single A, but is it tough to get girls to come out, or?
This year we've actually got the most girls that I think we've ever had. I think we are sitting at 16 that just show up in the summer, and we might pick up a few more. The year that we won it, I think we had 9 girls, 10 girls. Then the following year, I think we had 8. So now, we can have those JV games. We can have those practices where I'm not, I'm getting older. I can't run up and down the court like, in spots more now than.
You need to go to Jamie's school of coaching and running basketball games, huh?
Yeah, for sure, man.
I guarantee you're probably out there every night with him, Aaron, running.
Well, I don't know about that. John seen me. I had to bring in John. I had to get some guys. If they're not younger, they're in better shape than me, at least. So
Well, that's why that's one of the reasons why I have Michaela. I mean, she's. I don't know if you remember Eddie May that coached at Tug Valley a few years ago. Whenever Jeremy Dillon, Tyler May.
I do.
That's his daughter. So she's still able to get up and down. Not as good as when she played, but if you watch our team, they're very physical, and I think that's part of it too. Is like we try to preach that you could always come out and you may not shoot the best all the time, but you can definitely 100% effort, get after everything. So that starts in practice.
You guys done here today, or you guys got another game, or?
We got one more. We play Huntington at 8 o'clock.
Oh, that'd be a good competition there. Good 4A school.
Yeah, we're fair game play, whatever. We like to be pushed. We played Spring Valley earlier. That was a good game. And St. Albans, obviously, good game. We appreciate being invited up here. I think it's good to get out of the comfort zone. We play a lot of the same teams. We've been in a couple leagues back home, and it's the same team. So it's good to play up, play bigger, faster.
Well, with all your consolidation, there's less. We got Mingo Central, and who all do you guys have on your schedule?
On the schedule, we'll travel a little bit this year. We've got Doddridge. We have Hurricane at home. We play St. Mary's for one, Gilmer for one, neutral court.
Man, those are some games.
A little bit of Saturdays. A little bit of travel.
I couldn't imagine doing that on a school night, especially Doddridge County. That's almost up in Parkersburg.
Yeah, we like to travel.
Or past Parkersburg.
It's fun to play at home, but there's something to be said.
I enjoy the road game environments. I do, going places and you get to hear all the talk and things. It's
except for St. Albans.
Well,
listen to the DJ in your ear, really rough.
Well, I heard we have a new sound system this year, so I'll be interested to see how that works out. I'm hearing rumors.
Around here, it sounds like the Peanuts. When you're, was it the Peanuts or?
Oh, we'll drive you crazy on that bench. You don't want to.
It's weird because the DJ always sits up behind the visitors bench. I don't know how that happens.
We played at Wayne.
Your timeout is not worth it.
There is no timeout.
There's no timeout unless it's our timeout.
We played at Wayne this year, and they had the band behind their bench every time out, and strike up the band. So you got to want those environments.
It does make it fun.
Yeah. That's part of it.
That's home court.
Yeah.
You try to do what you can.
And I love watching the pregame stuff here. I mean, my goodness, what a show with what is it, Luxedo or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That is nice. It is something to see.
Yeah, we
You
have
got
to
yours
build
yet,
on that.
Jamie?
No, we're still having some car washes. We got about 85 of them scheduled to try to get there, but we'll see.
85 car washes.
Make a payment on it.
Yeah, to make the first payment.
First payment.
Well, the Big 12 did it this year, and they didn't like it. They said it was too distracting.
Didn't they do the glass floor?
They had
they
the
went
glass
to glass.
floor, and they said it was too slick, maybe.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that you even had floors like that
I didn't
until I
either.
was watching that, and somebody told me. I was like, "What?"
You're
You know,
looking
it's
at $1 million to $1.5 million for that.
wow.
That's crazy. I looked at them when we was actually looking at this.
And then to not like it, I don't
Yeah.
think you can get your money back.
No,
Hey.
I guarantee you don't.
Civic Center could probably buy it from the Big 12, you know? They bought the other floor from
Well, they
WVU.
did. That is true. So,
All right, Mayor, get on it, all right?
that's right. Well, I got the Mayor Montgomery sitting next to me. But I
No,
can get
no. Not yet.
Do you know, I didn't ask if you knew these guys or not. These guys are
I
from
know
George
Jamie,
Washington, Jamie.
He was actually nice enough to let us use their gym.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, during the state tournament, you're looking for somewhere to practice. The year we ran out and lost in the state championship, we actually played maybe our best game of the year. So this year, it's kind of the same thing. Rich out. He said, yeah, we set it up, and unfortunately, we lost. St.
Well, you know,
Mary's.
that's something we try to do for teams. I'll give you a kind of a unique story. Is several years back, I don't know if you remember or not, Princeton knocked us out of the regional championship, and we had beat them just days earlier. I mean, handily. And they came to George Washington and beat us. And, Matt is such a great coach and a great friend. And on the way home, I called him and I said, hey, Matt, we're out year end now from this region. I said, if you need somewhere to practice, I said, just give me a call. And he said, are you serious? I said, yeah, man. I said, that's what
Yep.
we're not breaking friendships here, man. I mean, you
Just
got
don't
us
drink
in-
the water.
Yeah, right. But we always try to open up, whether it be high school teams, because we're right here, we're centrally located. Again, to your point, it's hard to find places to practice, and we even open up to the men's and women's. What is it now? The college, the MEC. Is that
MEC.
right? Yeah, we have those schools that'll come in and work out at GW. So, I know the PE teacher personally, so I can kind of clear the gym out
Yeah.
there too. So but.
Well, this-
It helped us out tremendously because that was whenever we were doing the old quad A schedule where we was playing 3 days in a row, and that was tough in itself. Then having being able to check that box of the million things you're trying to get done, we debt of gratitude.
I tell you, I don't think people realize. I mean, the ones that have been there obviously do, but the last few years we've been fortunate enough to qualify. We have an itinerary from 8 in the morning till midnight.
Yeah.
Like every day, like every
Really?
every minute's planned, whether it's meals, workouts, practice. We're going to do this, film, walkthrough, dinner, just all the different things. I mean, it is a
The game
hectic.
is the easy part.
That's the easy part.
Yeah.
If you can just get to the game, then you feel like you're ahead,
And Jamie's texting you saying, where's my film yet? I need
Yeah,
it for
yeah, where's the film,
Where's
man?
my film? Send it to me.
But it's a true story. It can be
did not know
overwhelming if you're not prepared and you're not ready to go. We come into that as soon as we know we're going to qualify and we know what dates we're playing. We start planning right away. And we've had that the last few years, and it's been beneficial because if you just try to go in there and wing it, it's not going to work out very good.
No.
Sounds like the state tournament's your closest road game then.
Yeah, we used to. I think we had 4 or 5 schools in the county. So now, our closest outside of going to Kentucky, Mingo Central and Tulsa is about the same. It's like, Tulsa's probably the closest. It's 30 minutes, and then we travel. We go up to work on a Friday, play Dodgers on a Saturday. So we tried to couple, those in to help with travel. Trying, right off the top of my head, a lot of those same teams, Tulsa, Mingo Central, work. It gets kind of hard to schedule, too. There ain't a lot of people that want to come down and play us. One, the travel, you're looking at, these single-A opponents, it's 4 hours, 5 hours, so, and I can't blame them.
Yeah.
It's, it's when
Well,
you're trying-
Jamie's looking for 3 games.
I need 3 games, bro.
3.
But I'm going to meet you halfway.
So, all right, guys. Well, let's wrap this up. Jamie, you guys got anything else to add to the show here
So,
tonight? Or
good summer.
anything?
I was just telling them the biggest thing, I think, is to get in here and compete and stay healthy and
Yeah,
build
that's
some
right.
early relationships and see how kids have progressed. And
Yeah, I love these tournaments.
that's
in
why
the
we
summer.
run around all these weeks in June when everybody else is on vacation, is
Yeah.
because we're looking forward to
This is our vacation.
this
isn't
is our vacation. That's
Did you
right,
guys
man.
play in a conference in, or?
it? No conference.
No conference?
They were talking about trying to get one, but we've not been able to.
Let me
So
go ahead and
about
get this
football.
shameless plug. How long does it take you to get to George Washington from Tug Valley?
I think it's an hour. right
Okay,
at
so
an
I
hour.
have a fall league, and we'll play you every other 2 games, and that way you don't have to
Okay.
come up every Sunday. So you go have to
That wouldn't
reach
be too
back
bad.
out so we can play in that, and we can get you up there in the
Sounds-
fall
that
league.
Sounds good.
All right, like it.
There you go. MSAC preseason meetings. When's that all take place? That's going to be a while, but I
It will be a while. I don't have the date in front of me, but
think you guys usually meet the last of October, 1st of November.
yeah,
or
we go up to
something?
Little Creek, and they kind of have a quote-unquote media day. Each coach gets up, talks a little about the returning players, what the expectations are. We vote on the coaches' poll with the boys and girls preseason, rankings and those type of things, and it's usually it's a nice event. It's good to see everybody and just kind of see where everybody's at.
So, good deal. Well, I think that'll wrap us up here tonight, and thanks for joining us as we're watching one more game here. We'll give you a quick score. You got it there?
Looks like
Josh?
St. Albans is up 8-5.
And Elias is down at the scores table trying to check in the game, I think, if
He's
he don't
very
get
cheap.
back a little
He's
bit.
very cheap.
He'll be on the court before it's over with.
Probably adding tally marks is what he's doing. Oh, he's dancing. He's dancing. Hey, we got him live on the. I got it live a little bit.
Oh, we
for
got win. Okay, screen here.
TNT there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he.
So I did it just to.
I mean, 2 screens in one. We got the pregame show. We got the new speakers.
Yeah,
We got new chairs down there.
So last year I didn't make it, but I wanted to get Elias cam, and I was going to stick a camera on him the whole game, every home game, just to watch him, and we could picture it, just to have fun.
Can we
with it.
mic him up one
The
game?
other-
Can
the
we
other
do that?
thing-
I want to mic him up one game.
Body cam. Get
I don't know if we
a
can pay
body
for
cam.
the beep.
Well, I have a camera. It's called a Marshall cam. We use it for like baseball and stuff like that. I thought about just sitting it on the table and having a wide
right at
shot
him.
right at him.
The problem
But he
is he'll
goes
be on the
everywhere.
court.
He goes everywhere.
Yeah.
though. I mean, they need him a runner.
There you go. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming
Absolutely.
down, and I'm hoping maybe we can have more of these. And
Call me anytime. As we know, I do live in St. Albans. That's a true story.
well, here's the whole thing. John said last time we had a little get together. Jamie couldn't make it because he was riding around on his lawnmower with a
That was-
frosty drink,
thought-
and
well,
was
some
that?
sort
That
of
was-
80s headphones or
And
something.
that's
I
a
don't
true
know.
possibility. Pulling a cart behind me, doing all the things, right?
That was the one in the locker room, right?
Yeah.
He joined us at the tournament. I mean, and anytime we're doing it, stop in.
Well, there you go.
Elias don't have an option. I'm the one who runs it, all right?
That's right. Well, I know who to talk to now.
He's in charge.
That's right.
So he was a little disappointed. So we got him in this time, and
We told him he could ride the mower down.
That's what we wanted.
and next year we'll do
John
the
Deere.
pregame from the Civic Center
I'll send Luke with
on
a
Tuesday. You'll have to come in. Well, actually, it starts on Monday now because the tournament starts on Tuesday. You'll have to
Hopefully,
come in and
if I'm there, I'll do
sit
it.
with us
We'll
and
try to do a
we'll
pregame
do our
for
round
you.
table there. So we
I'm
appreciate
confident
you
you're
coming
going to be there based on what I saw today.
Oh, yeah.
Try to do a pre-tournament show again and add more people in. That's the goal, is having
Yeah.
fun,
So.
I mean, we're all just having fun.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us. This is the St. Albans Shootout, and this has been the Coaches Show. And we'll be back real soon as football season's here, but basketball season will be really quick. It always goes. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you all.
Your nursing future starts at Bridge Valley. Become an LPN in 12 months or an RN in 16. With hands-on training and state-of-the-art facilities like our immersion classroom, your nursing career starts at Bridge Valley. You bring the heart, we'll teach the rest.
Sometimes in life, things don't go exactly as planned. Other times, they turn out even better than we could have ever dreamed. And often, we end up exactly where we're meant to be. Whether we're pursuing our passions with those who matter most, or turning what we love into what we do, your peace of mind is why we're here. We'll keep you protected on every step in life's journey, no matter where life may take you. Whether you need insurance for your home or car, or business insurance to protect your livelihood. At Encova Insurance, we protect what matters most.
At Manny Ellison Lane, it's not just business, it's personal.
We care deeply about what we do. We're fully immersed in the gravity of the client's circumstance. We understand what's at stake for them.
I know that you've heard the name Shuckers. Shuckers has been at 70 Old Main Street, St. Albans for more than a decade. Really, serving up such great food like Shucker shrooms, jerk shrimp, juicy steaks, seafood, wings, stuffed shells, scallops, thin crust pizzas. There's something here for every taste bud in your house. Come hang out in the cozy bar area or bring your crew in and stretch out in the dining room for a memorable evening. Shuckers is more than seafood, it's your food. Open Tuesday through Saturday. We'll see you at Shuckers.
Need equipment for your next job? Don't settle for the traditional rental experience.
The rental experience with Equipment Share is a great experience. We rent everything from dozers to skid loaders, mini excavators, even smaller hand tools. They've always got what we need. They're timely. The billing is quick and accurate. The guys are able to set it up. They do it through their phone. Renting with Equipment Share is not like any other company out there. It's 1,000 times better.